Hello YouTube, today I want to show you some examples of use with the shell script action in MacroDroid. So first of all, I'm going to set up a macro. So I'm on the home screen at the moment. You need to make sure you're running the latest version of MacroDroid, just so that it fixes any bugs. So add macro, give it a name. I'm just going to call it a shell. Press the plus on the red. I'm going to do floating button. Again, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you can tell that there's obviously loads of other triggers. And then I'm going to press the plus button and search for shell. Now then, I should have made a variable first. So I'm just going to do a test with this, then we'll set up the variable and we'll see how it all works. Right, I'm not rooted, so I put not rooted, or non-rooted rather. Just as an example, we're going to do cd, so that's change directory, and then fp for me, I can type. So I've got my keyboard set so I can just type 2 letters and it's like a shortcut thing. Only I should have had a leading slash there and I didn't do. So it's going to change directory into this directory, so storage emulated 0, and then we're going to do pwd in lowercase, so pwd. So storage emulated 0 is my internal storage, and then print working directory will show that it was successful, because it will show in a minute when we set it to show. It should show storage emulated 0 just like it does there. So I'm going to put block actions until complete. I'm going to tick OK, and I'm going to press where it says local variables and it says there's none configured. So I'm going to press the plus, I'm going to type result, but you can name your variable whatever you want. I'm going to change it from Boolean to string. I'm going to press OK. Then I'm going to click where it says shell script and click configure, and then put a tick in here. Now it's spotted result has been a local variable, so it's at the top of the list, so it's there. So it will be selected by default unless you've multiple string variables that are local. And if you haven't got any local variables, it will just show you in alphabetical order your global variables, so you can use those too, of course. But I'm just sticking local for now, so that when I delete the macro, it will delete the variables and everything with it, just to keep things clean. So press OK. I'm going to add the dialog so that we can see the result, although there is a faster way. I'm just going to put the title as macro underscore name with these square bracket things around it, so that will just print the name of the macro in the title. And here I'm going to tick result, so press the green, not the green, it's not green, it's blue, dots button, and then scroll down to local variables, put result in this case, and press OK. I'm going to set the sound to none, but again it's personal preference, and I'm going to personally tick block actions until complete, in case anything gets added that requires this box to be dismissed, for example the UI interaction action, because it would just click this, you see. Press OK, and then I'm going to save this, so scroll down the little local variables thing, or press it, whichever, and then press the add button here, and it's popped up a little floating button in the middle, so I'm going to just move that to the side by long clicking and dragging. Then I'm going to press it, that's going to run. So here we go. So it's saved. A shell is the name of the macro, and this is where it's moved. The directory has been moved to. So press OK to that. Most recent versions of MacroDroid added the tile in the middle that says last edited macro, which is here, this one. So all you need to do to get back to the macro you last were working on is press that tile. So older versions don't have this, so you can update and get it that way from the Play Store. Right, now we can do a different thing with this script. What I'm going to do is take out PWD, do ls. So that is to list. So it's just lowercase l and s. And it's going to save to result again. And we're going to press OK. And I'm going to save it and I'm going to run it. And that is listed, not very neatly, admittedly, but it has listed all the folders that are in my local storage drive. So I'm going to dismiss that and I'll show you what it's done. So I've got Total Commander here, but you can use any file manager you wish. So it had Android, then Audio Video Manager. So if I click here again, it'll show you. So it's got it here, but there's no commas. So there is a little switch for that. I'd forgotten it did that, and I've just got to remember where it's at. So let's see if we can get it. List directories with commas. Now then, I had a list a second ago. There we go, let's have a look. I'm sorry, I'd forgotten that there was needed to be a switch with the ls-m. Of course it is. Oh yes, it wouldn't be a C, would it, for comma? Right, let's copy that and let's just go back into MacroDroid's thing. So space, so ls, keyboard didn't like it, ls, and then I'm just going to paste, so it's -m, and then so run again, well save, and then I'm just going to move that over here and run. Now we've got comma separated values. So you've got Android, Audio Video Manager, Calculator, DCIM, which is where the photos are stored, Do Not Delete, DICT, which is dictionary. I've just saved a list of words in a text document. Documents, downloads, I don't need to read the rest of them to you, I don't think. So we go back to Total Commander and I'll show you it's worked properly. So it has, it's got these folders. Now then, you can also create folders. So if I show you, let's have a look at how to do that. So we're going to go CD still, and then in lowercase mkdir, let's put Android with a few A's, and then AAA. Actually, let's just see if that works. I want it to go at the top and then I don't have to scroll. Right, so I'm going to do that, and then we're going to save again. It's going to put it back in the middle. I'm just going to leave it there now. Go back to Total Commander and then press this button, the floating button. Doesn't display a result, but we press OK, that's fine, and refresh, and it's created it here. It's worked. And then we can go back in here and just put RMDIR. So that's going to be RMDIR. And it should do that without obliterating my SD card. Aha, there you go, it's worked. That's fine. Now, that's just a couple of examples, but the shell script is compatible with I lost my train of thought, sorry. The shell script, it's compatible with Bash, which are Linux commands, and Android is a Linux operating system. It's compatible with ADB, which is Android Debugging Bridge, and it's compatible with CURL, CURL, which is a resource for downloading things off the internet. I've not tried that, to be honest. But what we can do is an ADB command would be pm list packages. I spelled that wrong, but that's okay. And then that should list all the packages that I've installed. So obviously that's a little bit problematic if it's got no commas. Now there was a way to filter that into comma separated values as well. But what I'm going to do is just give it a quick go, see if we can find it. List packages with commas. We have a list. Yeah, that's parse comma separated list. I know how to parse one, I've just got to find where it's got a list. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do this. We'll go back into, I'm going to save that and go back into MacroDroid and find my cache cleaner, because that's got what we're looking for. Just bear with me. List packages -3. Aha. Now then. There was a reason for that. Right, because it puts package, there isn't a way to separate them with commas by default. So what I did in this app was so this here lists packages that a user installed. So there's two app types, system and user. Our system are pre-installed stuff, so you could say the operating system's pre-installed. Obviously, once you've got the phone, all the apps are with it. Bloatware, for example, so they'll be system, but these are user apps. These are ones I've chosen from the Play Store. Now the -3 represents that. So what that does is list all the packages, puts them into apps, which is here. So again, that's the list we were looking at before, but it's just a different macro. And then what I've done to get the comma is take out the word package with, I was selecting package, oh, come out, the word package from each occurrence. So wherever it says package, it takes it out and puts a comma instead. So if you see, you've got, let's see if we can do, yeah, so that's how I did it. So that's just an example. You can also do, if I go back to the script we were working on, yeah, I'm trying to run too many things. A shell, that's what we were working on. Give it a second, there we go, it's found it. So what you can do is dump this just on its own, which is an ADB command. So dump sys, and that really will crash it because it's a big command. I'll press the button. Yep, there we go, it's crashed. What we'll do a different way. It's an older phone as well, this one, to be honest. Android 8. Right, a shell. Is it going to open? Yep, there we go. So dumps this. It's going to save the... Oh, it was working a minute ago. I don't want it to crash the screen recorder either. Right, I've turned it off and we'll have a look at what it's done. The tune a second ago is the clock. A shell. Let's open that up and local variables. Just pop that off and edit. Not actually going to edit it, it's just to see the full thing, and it's provided lots of information. So to filter this you can use grep, which is GREP. There's lots of information on how to use dump sys with grep. Dump sys just dumps everything out. That's what's happened. That's why it's crashed. You shouldn't do just dump sys. You should do dump sys grep or dump sys space battery. Fixes, shows you the battery's status. So you should use dump sys with grep so that you don't crash the system. It doesn't have to filter out as much. There's loads of information here, you see. That's why it's crashed. So, but it's okay. So it's nothing to do with MacroDroid being problematic. It's more me that's problematic. It's okay though. So that's what a shell does there. So like I say, it's compatible with ADB commands, bash and shell. Shell, I mean curl, CURL. It's because I've seen the word shell here in shell script. So yeah, so I'm hoping that's giving you a little bit of an insight into using commands, and I'll put some links up so that you can explore that a little bit deeper. Of course, just to cover this, you can run rooted commands. I'm not rooted. However, there are emulators such as LD Player, Nox Player, Android Studio has one built in, and many, many more. Some people choose to use VMOS, which is, or VMOS, which is virtual machine, virtual VMOS. Let's have a look. I can't just remember what it stands for. VMOS. It has mixed reviews. It's not necessarily not the best for everybody, but you know, this is an option. You can root that and not have to root your proper phone, so it's like an operating system on top. The other alternative is you can use MacroDroid on your laptop or desktop if you use Android x86 or Lineage that's been ported to run on a computer and so on and so forth. So, but you can also have a look in the store for shell commands. So, shell. So, you know, there's loads of examples. There's loads of different things. They're not all shell commands actually, but some are. So you can have a flick through anyway and see what you can do. Yeah, you can use reboot in the shell as well. So you would do, let me just go back to last edited. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't edit that one. That's not my script. But anyway, if I go a shell, not alarm, a shell. I didn't mean to do that. And then you would type instead of dumps, just put reboot and then tick root option. So rooted and then reboot when it's gonna do reboot. Spell it right, that might help. And then that would run. You wouldn't need a result because it would just work. But mine's not rooted, so you can do that. So that's an option. I'm going to put a link with ADB commands and so on. So I'm hoping that this video has been helpful and you can explore further what you're going to do with shell. Have a look in the forums. There's advanced shell things in there as well as on the store that I can't cover because I'm not rooted. So there's one for... Now I got data saver. Let's have a look. Saver. Oops. I have got a rooted command for data saver toggle. Data saver ultimate. So if you search the store, MacroDroid store for data saver ultimate, PM list packages, we've got, where's the data saver toggle? Built in, it's the built, there we go. So it's that one. It's here. Oops. That turns data saver on as root. So yeah, just have a little explore anyway. I'm hoping this has been a useful video to you. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.